Kathy McLaren. Kathy had the pictures. I made up what I wanted the script to look like. And then Maria works for Kinko's. I even helped you.
This is the Harvey Oswald.
And Seymour.
And Seymour. So he is one of our guests, and we're waiting for everyone else.
Okay.
I don't know if you.
I think coming in.
Yeah.
Hi.
I was really honored to be asked to come here, although I saw this Leaper Awards final ballot, and I don't seem to be a nominee. I'm a little confused.
No, I can explain that.
Okay.
Your show, like the Emmys, viewed after the deadline for them, so you'll be on the next ballot.
I think I should be nominated for Seymour.
Oh.
Yeah.
Request over the sea was Mr. Stewart.
Next time I'm seeing him right there, it was wonderful in this play. So we had a lot of wonderful guest stars on Sequest. And, Bradley, Sequest. Where's my head?
That's next
one. And Quantum. He hope you'll be there for the Sequest convention.
Better believe it.
And Bradley also, what was the name of the movie that was made about you?
Get a one quit.
Did anyone ever see that? The Kid Who Wouldn't Quit, the story?
Yeah.
Brad story? No one did my story. I don't know. Really?
They're working on mine.
No, they'll show that at the Oswald convention.
Yeah.
If you will. Yesterday I had a scene with the boy, Jonathan Brandis, who plays Lucas, on the show's become a major star. He's on the cover of every magazine. He's a wonderful, wonderful kid, I might add, which is nice to see. But he comes to me for some advice and a condom. That was kind of a different kind of scene. Interesting, but it was nice because we've got this brotherly relationship that I was hoping that they would develop, and so as long as I'm in scenes with him, I'll be on the show. He's amazing. In fact, today he's living. What's the area called where you live now? Culver City, and picked him up, and I said, Brad, we have to get to Pasadena, the convention center, in 15 minutes. Whatever. And he said, I said, can you get us there? And he says, you bet. And he knows every road in Los Angeles, every shore, honest to God. And we were here in time. And it's a little game we play when we get in the cars together. He has to navigate, so I just drive. Yes, I'm an actor. The bus boys are actors. Yeah, everybody's an actor. I said, Diet Coke. He says, no. I go back to work 20 minutes later. He says, you any good? I said, yeah, I'm good. Shrimp cocktail. And he says, no. I come back 20 minutes later. He hands me his card. He says, will you call me? I look at the card. It says, Sam Weisborg, chairman of the board of the William Morris Agency. I say to him, are you this guy? He says, yeah. I said, well, I guess I'll call you. Up until that point, I couldn't get arrested, so. He says, call me in 2 weeks, I'm going on vacation. So I'm doing college football, and the next Saturday morning, I'm watching 9 o'clock college football. All of a sudden, an interruption, news broadcast. Sad day in the entertainment field.
Oh.
The chairman of the board of the William Morris Agency passed away this morning. And I'm like, no! And they showed somebody else's picture. See, this is my sleazy part, right? And, anyway, thank God it was the honorary chairman. just sort of checked me out. They got a little suspicious, you know. They were just at the bar doing the same thing. You want some drink? No. And a couple of months later, I was on my first television show called Wild Side for ABC, a Western.
When I did the first one, Seymour was his hair that character would have. And Don said, you know, here's this, he brought it from home, like this cap that he had. This is a cap, and you gotta wear this cap. So it became kind of like a running joke, because I kept trying to take, in every scene, I would try and find a way to take the cap off. And it came down to this thing like, you keep that goddamn cap. So,
Eric, you're helping me? My friend helping me to receive? Okay. Alright. Susan is a very nice girl.
And so am I, if you let me show you.
I really forgot my line. Well, Connie's not the kind of girl who would pose for that kind of a picture. People do a lot of things when they're desperate. Look at you. Thank you, Sheriff. Thank you, hologram.
It's more like it.
Whoops. Whoa.
That we forget about the dance. And these guys are all devoted to Scott. He's very special. I learned a lot from him. I learned how to behave on the set to some degree, or how to take the helm of my own show when I was doing Shades of LA. And I don't even think I'm a lot more emotional, I think, than Scott is. Scott puts on the producer's cap as well. I mean, it's not unlikely to see him, you know, breaking down tables and the grips in the electrics department. Very kind and to his fellow performers. I'm a little bit more Italian than that. I'm kind, but you know, I want to kind of. I'm freaking kind. You know what I'm
It's funny that, you know, as actors on that show, it's different than a lot of other shows because it's very much actor-driven. A lot of shows have a larger cast and more stuff going on. It's amazing that Quantum Leap, being a big science fiction show, there's only 2 actors on it. I'm just like, okay, when do I go? Okay, great. And I'm just sitting there, and it was Dean Stockwell was doing looping at the same time.
Oh,
now, Dean
God.
Stockwell, I mean, he doesn't even have to, like, look at the screen. I mean, I never seen anything like it. Like, what's the next line? Great, yeah. It's done. Like, one take, done. And I'm like, oh man, this is gonna be so embarrassing. And they give you 3 beeps. They go dee, 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 and you're supposed to start talking where the 4th beep would be. And it's like, and I actually did it. I got away with it. No one knew it was Julie Belisario was the one in charge of it. And no one knew, and at the very end I said, you know, that was my first looping session ever. Like, oh, you're like an old pro. And I mean, I couldn't embarrass myself in front of Dean Stockwell.
I was naked. So I have this little gag box that somebody gave me. It hasn't worked in years, and it's an applause thing. It goes, bravo! Take up that! And the last time this thing went off was about 2 years ago. I got a call that I didn't get the part. Like 4 auditions into it, and I I'm sitting on the edge of my bed like this. Shit. And all of a sudden, I was really down, and all of a sudden, this little box, which hasn't worked in years, honest to God, 10 feet away from me on my dresser starts going off. Take a bow! And I'm thinking, it's possessed. But it made me laugh. And I stood up by myself in my room, and I was like taking a bow, waving, laughing, and it got me out of my doom and gloom. Well, earthquake time, I run in, my mom is, I hear this wailing, and my mom goes, and the house is shaking, I'm naked, I'm going, close, Mom, close. Go to Mom. Stuff is falling. On the way into the room, my elbow hits the gag box. So my Italian father's trying to call my mom, Jim, it's okay. It's okay. My mom,
Just remember that clothes and mom are two things that definitely go together.
They're going to be completely blocked. If people are going to be lined up here, no, the point is, but they have to come up. And if they're going to...
Well, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. I'm glad you all were able to come. Has everybody bought the album CD? Good. I hope so. I need the money. Tell me if that's an original piece or if it was mine, the wall singing.
I mean, original from that time, or did you write it?
No, I see what you mean. No, it was mine.
It was beautiful.
Okay, you know, I like that piece of music too. I really do. It's very simple.
Yeah.
But I like it too.
$670, $700, $725,
$725 going once.
$750, $750 going once. I'm sorry, $775. Please yell. Okay.
$775 going once.
$785,
$785 going once. $790.
$790.
$790. $790 go once.
All right,
$790
Nancy,
going
you're
twice.
$790.
Anyone else?
Stop
Last
at
call.
$790. Okay, $790.
people are gonna be lined up here. No, the point is. But they have to come up. And if they're gonna.
Well, I'm not sure what I'm supposed to say. I'm glad you all were able to come. Has everybody bought the album CD? Good. I hope so. I need the money. Maybe if that's an original piece or if it was mine, the waltz in.
I mean, original from that time, or did you write it?
No, I see what you mean. No, it was mine.
It was beautiful.
Oh, good. You know, I like that piece of music too. I really do. It's very simple.
Yeah.
But I like it too.
$670, $700, $725,
$725 going once.
$750, $750 going once.
$775.
I'm sorry, $775. Please yell. Okay.
$775 going once.
$785,
$785 going once.
$790.
$790 go once.
All right, Nancy,
$790 going
you're at
twice.
$790.
Anyone else?
Stop
Last
at
call.
$790. Okay, $790.
$575 once.
$600.
$600 once. $600 twice.
$650.
$650 once.
Twice. All right, $675.
Twice.
$1,300. I'm sorry? $1,350. $1,350 going once. You guys are sitting next to each other. Just negotiate this. $1,350 going once. Going twice. $1,400. $1,450. She's gonna be right on top of you the whole time.
Turn it this way.
$1,450.
$1,450 going once.
$1,450. Last call on $1,450. All right, $1,450. $150. $300.
$300 go once. $325 going once.
I must say, whoever gets this, by the way, you can't get this till after the con is over because it's going to stay up here for the afternoon events. But you can have it at the end of the day. Okay?
$350.
$350. $375. $400.
$400 go once.
$410. $415. $425.
We got two. $430.
$430. $435. $450.
$450 going once.
$460. $475. $500. $525. $550.
$550.
$575. $575. Crystal, what are you going to do? $600. $625. $650. $675. $680. $700. All right. She's in the point. All right, Melanie.
Have you ever considered directing?
Oh, yes, I've considered it a lot. Not film, theater. And I did direct a couple of plays once, but I'm not very good. I get so caught up in the emotional moment that I forget about the objective overview. So what happens is that I become focused on that, and then we lose sight of the end of the play, of the rest of the play. And I mean, that's one of the things that I don't have. What I do have is incredible patience.
Who saw Bristol County Junior Captain Galaxy. Who's also in the program.
Yay!
Otto Palmer, who was the person who got blocked by he walked up in the first. And he was also wearing this one. I'm Miss County downstairs. Ladies and gentlemen, here's your panel.
Why don't I start? Anybody have a question for Liz or Otto or myself? Please stand up and be recognized. Fire away. Any questions? Any questions? Any money?
Anybody have sunglasses?
Well, how have you all been? Are you all from this part of the country? Or
No, Florida.
Anybody from England? Ireland, did you say?
Florida.
Florida. Anybody here from Boston?
Yeah, we got some.
Good. And,
Michigan.
Liz, where are you from?
Puerto Rico.
I'm from New York.
Oh, I'm from Puerto Rico also, but I went to school in Puerto Rico. I'm from my family's from Ponce.
My mother's from Humacao.
Oh, very close. Humacao is very beautiful. Oh, this is so rare. You know, Puerto Rico is a tiny little island in the Caribbean. Whenever you meet anybody from there, it's such a miracle. And then you too? Oh, you have a question?
Stand up and yell out.
Liz, you were great in that part. It was all over.
Yes.
How many of you watch Sequence?
Yeah.
We have 2 more shows to do. And go home, say a prayer, and get picked up. We've done 24. And on March 5th, tune in. I've done a new Aaron Spelling show. It's called Winnetka Road. It's on NBC. And the pilot, we did 6 of them. The pilot goes on March 5th. And my wife Patricia, she's here somewhere. My wife recently, she came on Sequest after auditioning and competing. She played Mrs. Norris, Admiral Norris's wife. She's out there, I guess, looking at the various stands. And we also did a play recently called The Walkers. First time we did a play together. I mean, opposite each other. And that certainly was a lot of fun.
You have a question?
Yes, Richard, this is for you. I saw you on V, and you were a wonderful character on that series. Yeah. Do you enjoy doing science fiction type shows as opposed to the other type out there?
Any role that is a mover, a shaker, I never play a villain like that, like bad guy. That's the number one thing I never do. I just play him like everybody, and he has to ugly things. You know, because most of the people, you all hear people turn on television, most of the people you say, oh, that guy, it's impossible. That guy could have killed those 12 men and buried them in his house. Sequest now is the most expensive show on television.
I heard a rumor that they were planning on moving Sequest to Orlando. Is that true?
That's a rumor. Yeah, that's a rumor. Nothing has been decided yet because none of those things can be done until they pick up a show. And what they want to do, which is only natural, is they've got to bring down, and they have brought it down $300,000, the price of the show.
I enjoy the John Larroquette show. I like the articulate, perverse humor.
Thank you.
How much of it is scripted and how much of it is ad-libbed, if any?
Oh, all of it is scripted. These writers are incredible.
They're brilliant.
They are brilliant. I had worked with John Rio, who's a producer-writer, 20 years ago. It's very funny to be working with him again. I worked with him on a show that he produced called The Unofficial Miss Las Vegas Showgirl Pageant. I'm not proud. And I worked with him on something called the Comedy Hour, and it was just a group of comics getting up and I did stand-up comedy years ago. And 20 years later, here we are working together. Everything is scripted. It's brilliantly constructed, I think. It took me a long time to admit that I was on such a well-crafted show because I'm so used to shining and sorry, excuse me. If you follow my career, it's been really brilliant. And I've done a lot of really, really, really bad
studio and ask for their, who would they ask? Ask for the distribution department. Distribution and syndication. Ask for distribution and syndication. First of all, Lenny Grant, I know they're out on tape, I believe. If you ask for distribution and syndication, they'll tell you it's being distributed and syndicated, and then they'll tell you you've been asking if it's on tape and where it is available. That's the best. That way you get a definitive answer.
It's obvious that this man works out. He's very built. He's got the greatest rear end of anybody. He's very strong. He just put me around like, and yes, that was me thinking. That was me thinking. Thank you for asking.
It wasn't her speaking, but it was
Liz, I also think you've got a wonderful voice. I just want to know, were you opera trained?
Pardon me?
Were you opera trained?
Yes, I was. I studied in New York with Jory Livingston. I had several operatic scholarships around town, and I never pursued it. I didn't have enough, support around me to pursue it, but that training really holds up now in my later years. I vocalize, I try to vocalize a little every day.
Thank you, Mrs. Dorado and Mr. Herman.
And how's the convention been going?
You know, everybody, we're in here in the same place the whole Emmys. That's the first time I've been back for a while.
Well, in all the years that I've been to the Emmys, this is the first time I've been up on stage.
I was up on
Put
stage.
it that way, I'd rather be at a quantum convention.
It's really nice to see all of you. I think Deborah said what I was thinking, you know. They thought they could get rid of us by canceling the show, but no such luck. No way.
Is there anything you want to ask us? Or?
What have we been doing? Yes. Well, I've been in that old proverbial development phase. I'm at Universal still, and I get to watch Quantum every day on my television there. But I'm developing several projects. One is a series of movies for television that may be on next year, and I can't say much more than that, but it's 3 or 4 TV movies with a major star who used to be, who's back again. So that's all I can say, and I'm going to be the exec producer on that, I think. You'll hear more about it soon. I don't know if I mentioned it the last time. One of the things I've been working on for about 4 years of my life is a story about the Tuskegee Airmen. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that. That's really great. And I've been doing it with the Lucasfilm people, George Lucas's company, and we're hoping to go into production sometime in the next millennium. But it's a great movie, and that, look for that in the next couple of years, maybe I think we'll finally get it out. So that's what I've been up to. Deborah?
Well, first we'll talk home. What are you holding in your hand?
A vanilla cigar.
Big.
No, actually, it's a nice gift that a lady from England gave to me. It's a thing if you want to find out about your past ancestors, you know, there's outfits that go back and research your ancestry. And Stockwell's an English name, and she means the American family. So tonight, I'm going to read all about myself. Genealogy.
It's always good to know where you came from.
Sure, I don't know. Don't let me lose this. Have you been having a good time here? Were most of you here yesterday?
Yeah.
Yes.
Was it cool?
Yes.
I heard the auction went really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good handling.
What was the favorite piece? Now we'll ask you a question. What was the favorite piece that got auctioned?
There were was it two people were bidding finally?
Yeah.
People that wanted this sling. Like, get this, it's not a quantum leap item. I'm offended. It was from Murphy, what's your color? And it brought $1,400.
Wow. Wow.
You got it?
I got it.
You got it? What are you going to do with this sling? Which arm? This one? What? With your holster.
Guys, in case she gets shot, she's got the sling. She said
You got $1,400 to pick up. Can you run me right off? She probably knows about the jewels that were stuffed in it.
it's true, Candy's birthday.
You killing him with the
700.
Oh, great. What was this for? A board? There was a gummy bear handling went for what? A gummy bear handling went for what? $7.90? Did it have a battery in it? The battery?
No.
A dummy. Dummy Z was $7.90. I gotta look through my drawers. Scrape up everything.
I'm going to hold out for the next 3 years, and then I'm going to open my souvenir box.
Did you keep anything, Deborah? Really?
Yeah.
Did you?
I did.
Like everything you could get your hands on?
No, I didn't. I didn't think to do that, but I've got a collection box. You know, I've got some innovation comic books, which I guess are no longer in existence. So hang on to your innovation comic books.
Has there ever been a jacket up for auction?
No.
Boy, that would,
Oh, the crew jacket was beautiful.
that would bring a lot of money.
I got my bathrobe.
You got your bathrobe.
Dean and Scott gave us all bathrobes with little quantum loops on.
They were white with gold quantum leap with the atom thing. Yeah, they were neat.
Sweatshirts, t-shirts. I've got, oh, you know what I have? Ooh, Chris Rubenthal is not here, is he? Because I've been saving it. I was going to give it to him, but now I'm not. Remember in Tahoe Tech, the eye of the scarab?
That was a pretty good item.
that's why I said I'm going to hold back till about 3 years from now. Because someone said to me, you know, this is a great turnout for a fan-produced convention.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I want you to know that each year that you come back, more and more and more people will come. The things that I've heard about the show and how it's doing in France, and there's a huge market that's just exploded in France. It's very exciting.
Marie.
Denmark?
Denmark. Yeah.
Da.
Da, sorry. Has it been in Germany? Yeah.
And you guys know, well, Ray was here, so you know about the album. Dean's singing debut. One of the funkiest rap artists I've ever heard. Oh, wait, I have a Dean story. I want you to know.
Don't want to hear it?
We're working very, very hard on this album. Ray Bunch is wonderful, and we're kicking poor Scott Bakula's ass because he's singing his heart out. We're getting it down, and it's Dean's day to come in to do ABC rap. Scott gets a break because he's trying to work Murphy Brown, and he's coming in to sing, and you know, he's his usual Scott Bakula who overworks everything as much as he can more. Dean comes in, gets funky, walks into the booth, and then, was it one take? One take, Dean?
One take, Dean.
One take. Dean knocks out this song, and as he's leaving, turns back. I can't remember the exact name that you called it.
Slime, probably. Slime.
That I did this in one take. Please tell him, please rub it in as best that you can.
I'm sure they did, too. I'm sure they did. He hasn't spoken to me since.
Yeah, right. It's a good album. The album's doing very well.
Is it?
Yeah, it is. Crescendo City is doing very well. To the point where they're talking about a second one. Yes.
Oh, really?
The videos are doing very well. We get 4 more. We get The Leap Home Parts 1 and 2. Chalk Theater. Dreams with additional footage is the fight. Oh, yeah. With the lost footage. Well, what happened? The archival footage. Wow, no, I didn't know that. She asked on the laser disc version of the shows, right? Short, because they're only doing 4. Because Dreams, they hadn't come back with Dreams. That's why I wasn't sure what that was. You know, I don't know.
You just said there was additional footage.
Well, I think they're doing that.
Episodes are 2 hours on one disc, and they're releasing 5 hours.
At present, I think what they're looking.
Well, maybe one of them has additional footage.
Right, so it'll be 2 and 2.
You couldn't put 2 on, but you could put 1 and additional footage.
As a series, it would be an animated series.
Quantum Leap, the animated series.
I don't know, I'm just, you know, I kind of stay up on it and get those bits and pieces. What about the movie?
Yeah, what about the movie? Charles, what about the movie?
It's in proverbial development. No, actually, there's been talk about it this year, but I don't think we're that close up yet. It just kind of, I think they want to wait a while and get to it, but it's still talked about in the tower.
I want everyone to, because you've such an incredible fandom in the sense that your cards and letters and your support over the years have just been phenomenal. Write Sid Sheinberg, that's your new name to send letters to. What do you mean?
How do you spell his name?
Oh, Sid Sheinberg, S-I-D.
It's a hard part.
S-H-E-I-N-B-E-R-G. Sheinberg. S-H-E-I-N-B-E-R-G. Sid Sheinberg at Universal. Universal Studios. Just send it to 100 Universal City Plaza. Sid Sheinberg. He's been there a long time, so they know exactly where he is. Yeah. Huh? 100 Universal City Plaza, yeah. Actually, the building, I remember, is 500, and he's on 14, so building 500, suite 14.
He's better than Ooze.
Yes, it's much better. Wasson, the Wasson.
He doesn't read mail.
Say that you know you were at this year's convention and the show is not gone and you're waiting for the movie and there's a base out here to support it. So please know that your fans are here because every letter that comes in represents 100 people that don't write in their mind.
Well, it's more than that.
Is it?
Yeah.
How many?
It's more than that. Well, I know that the politicians, the House of Representatives and the Senate, they interpret a letter as being worth 10,000.
You're kidding.
Well, it's a big country.
Okay, so you can say I am representing 10,000 people.
Go for it. Say, come on, Sid, come on.
There's another person, if you're writing letters, you can write to also Sid Sheinberg or Tom Pollock. He's there now. He's in the same building on the same floor. It's Sid. P-O-L-L-O-C-K. He is the head of features at Universal. So it's another person you can write to. And I hope you guys are going to get out in the publicity that the convention was held this year, because I think it's really nice for everybody to know that the fans are alive, the show's alive, and we don't intend to see it die. And so I hope we can see some publicity out there about this convention this year. I hope so. Great.
Okay, Dean, give us some dirt. Where are we going to see you?
All right.
Where are we going to see you? Come on, I'd love to watch you work.
I don't know, I've been doing just little episodic things just to keep myself off the street. I'm going to Australia to do one Australian show called The Man from Snowy River. And I've made some MOW's Movie of the Weeks and stuff, but what I'm doing is trying to find another series. And this is the time in the television year when a lot of that decisions are going on of what they're going to do, what shows are going to be shot and picked up. And, I'm talking about several projects, so I'll have more to tell you later on.
Were you doing a show called Beyond Reality or something like that?
Reality.
Weren't you hosting a kind of a reality show?
No, I did a one-shot for Dick Clark on surveillance cameras.
Oh.
And earlier I had done one. You saw it?
I saw it. That's why I asked.
I had done one for John Cosgrove.
Okay.
Called Against All Odds. And I'm still looking at that. I want to get one of those type of shows.
Yeah.
I like doing those, and they don't take a lot of
It's
time.
going to take a lot of time, right?
And I play a little more golf. We have a question. Oh, guest Joe, yes. A short reading? I don't know what you mean. Yeah. A reading. Oh, no, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because, there's emotional reasons why I couldn't. I felt really, I had a really close relationship with that show, with Quantum. And then it came to, for the run of the television series, it came to an end. And I had to make some, significant adjustments in my own to that. And they were significant, they were hard to achieve, and they took a period of time to make the adjustments to the fact that 4.5 years of doing this thing was stopped. And after all that effort, it would be hard to, try and get back into it in any way. I hope you understand.
Dean?
Yeah.
Right over here.
Yeah.
Over here, at your left.
You don't see what you don't know is that there's a here over there.
Well, this here. I have somebody who wants to say something to you who's kind of on a tight schedule.
Dean and Deborah.
I've been looking over here, he's been going like this.
You know, you have both been so wonderful. You know, you if it wasn't for Deborah and if it wasn't for the Canada Quantum Leap, we would not have any conventions. And you both have accepted me for what I am. You've accepted me to be on your shows. And the one thing I know that you will never forget between you and Sam is the wonderful hugs and the wonderful being with me is the most important thing that means so very much to me. And when I first went on Quantum Leap, there was one thing Deborah said to me, and she said, I know that you can do it, don't you give up. And I remember
didn't give up, and
very
you did it.
first line Deborah said to me.
You did it, son.
No.
Yes.
Here's my third pitch.
Can't hear you.
I run a real-time
Speak into the...
I'm sorry. I run a real-time conference on one of the online services called Genie, and we would love to have anybody from the show who would be slightly interested in coming and talking to the fans by typing into their computer, and it's linked up with the rest of us. And I would like to invite you all to be guests. Scotty usually wanders around and see him. And I know that the leapers on who are linked up by Genie would like to see y'all. Yes. And the leapers who are on AOL.
How do you do that? I don't know.
You have a computer and modem, and you call a local number, and it links up with a national.
I don't have a computer.
We have leapers who would know to help you.
You get one computer, but...
All of you.
Nobody knows where I am because I just moved.
You come to them, I mean, be it a neutral site, come to them, they don't care. I mean, we're so accommodating, any of you, all of you, whenever. It would kind of be nice for people who cannot come to Los Angeles for the Quantum Leap conventions.
Yeah, it would be great.
We'd love to be able to talk to you, so if you guys could give them this, if you could share it with Scott and anybody else you can think of who might
for
be
sure.
interested.
We'll look for an opportunity to do that. Great.
Right out in the middle there, the hand guy. Did you want to? Yeah.
I hate to be booking you. That's the same me, yeah. Yeah, Neil's a different one. I'll have to have a little talk with them. No, that was me.
I said maybe they didn't know for sure. So
Yeah, maybe they didn't know for sure.
Dean?
Because doing those things were disassociated from my acting work. I heard.
Sorry I'm late.
Well, it was fun while it lasted.
We love you, Dean. We love you, Dean.
They got me. They don't want me to leave.
Have you given all the speeches we had prepared for the stage?
I've got all the laughs.
Yeah?
See people laugh.
No, I mean all of our Emmy speeches that we had ready for the stage. I got them all in here.
You got your speech in there?
You want to give some?
No, go ahead.
You're right. You're fine. You're fine, Roland.
packed in here. Oh, look at this.
He's got nothing in there. He's trying to make you think he's got a speech and he's got nothing in there.
Well, he enjoyed number 2.
I see. I see. I see. I can see. I see.
See, I even try and mess them up.
Very good.
Yeah, they're very good. You can sleep on a plane with these. How's everybody doing? Sorry I'm late. It was a... No, it wasn't a hockey game. Deborah must know. No, it was my daughter's birthday this weekend, and we were down in Disneyland. It could have been the Universal Tour, but they wouldn't give me seats. So anyway, my apologies, but I've been driving and got here.
I had them prepared for both disappointments.
Me being here and me not being here.
I don't have very many people to tease. I like to have someone to tease around.
Scott?
Have you asked Dean any questions at all, or has he just been talking nonstop? Have you got to speak?
Scott.
Has he let you speak? Yes. Yes.
We've been asked to ask how easy it was for you to get here today, and how good are your directions, and what took you.
You can't follow directions.
You should talk.
I should talk.
You don't know how many bloody directors are lying in his wake. There comes another one. Move them aside. Roll them over. We're almost done here. We're waking when we're done.
You're avoiding this question.
Well, about how long it took me to get here? Did Jay make you ask this question? Yes. Yes. Yeah, no, I don't have the car keys anymore. He does, so I can't say that he's walking home. It took a while. I made a wrong turn.
Where's Jay?
Yeah, JD's here somewhere.
All right, Jay.
He's hiding.
Hey, man.
There he is, there's JD. Yeah, you better hide.
Hi, Jay.
Carolyn's here? Where is she? Who was crying? Who was crying? They weren't crying. They got their own series now. They don't need us.
No, Rich is real good.
Scott, where are we going to see you next?
Who knows? Who knows? I got this Bruce Willis movie that's supposed to come out, but I don't know what kind of shape it's in, and that's... See, why do you ask me? These people know better than I do.
When is that? After the movie, after Color Time.
This movie week I just finished with Rosanna Arquette, probably, if it turns out well, and I think it will be in May sweeps, and that's it for now. Is that right? Yeah, that's it.
He's asking me.
What?
You're asking me?
No. I'm barely speaking to you. I don't know. It would be very hard to do that right now, but I was very close to doing something this year there, and it didn't work out, so...
Stage fright?
See, I talk long enough, and then he just jumps in there. He doesn't miss a beat. So I don't know. It'll be a while. Yeah, well, I miss New York, too. But I don't miss the snow, I guess they're having right now, a little bit. A little bit of weather,
Okay, right here.
I sent this back because I knew you were going to be here, but I brought one for Scott as well. This is a
I should give this to Scott?
Yes, sir, please.
Oh.
That's from a phosphate mine in Florida. It's a 3 million year old shark tooth.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
$3 million in this shark. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
What's the little book? She's taping now. She's doing it.
What's the little... Wait a minute. Open your mouth. Smile just for a second. Let me see these. Yeah, that's it. I never would have guessed 3 million, but...
Of the series.
What?
It's pictures, probably of you. Don't bother looking at them.
He hasn't
What, dear?
Hey, you're right.
I warned you. I think you're left with only one thing to work with, and that's talking about it. And then if you come across projects that are intelligent in that direction, you're lucky and you contribute to them all you can. I mean, I made a lot of efforts on Quantum Leap, but these guys will testify to try and get an episode.
He did.
And never could get it. It just didn't get done. They tried, but it just didn't get done. So.
Ladies and gentlemen.
It doesn't work. Hello? No, it doesn't. We tried a number of times to do environmental shows. We got close on some development for a dolphin show. Nothing we've been...
They did that. They stole that. Ace Ventura.
It's nice to know that Quantum was living on another scenario. We wanted one about the environment. One of Dean's big groups that he supports is the ozone. We looked in a number of directions to find something that would apply, that had some science fiction or science fact information about it to tie into what was going on. And they just never came to fruition. There wasn't enough story there to develop the characters that we had. I mean, we were lucky enough to have 2 great characters to write for. And these are the people that you tune in to see. And hopefully, we needed a storyline and interesting enough so that you learn from it. It had to dovetail, exactly. And they took us off the air too soon.
It turned out to be very difficult to develop a story.
Scott and Dean, we have a question for you back here. But first, I'd like everybody to be aware that there are 2 wireless mics. We've got one on this side of the room. John's got another one over there. We will try to get to everybody, but this will keep it a little more evenly for people to ask questions.
Where the table comes back.
He's not very quick. He doesn't pick up these code things. I got it.
Hey, by the way, we know why you were late. You were skating over in the ice skating rink playing hockey.
I had a comment to make to all of you. I'm over here. My name is Tracy. I'm from Northern California. I have to run to get my plane, so I wanted to get a chance to say hi. Let you know that I really appreciated the 5 years that you were able to give us, and I do hope for more. It's rare I find a show with a conscience that gives a moral and has wonderful actors on it. And to both Dean and Scott, you portrayed something that is really wonderful for me, and I'm really glad that I have a chance to be here. This is my first convention. I didn't even know anybody else loved it as much as I did until last year. I felt very alone for a while there when they canceled everything. I want to wish you the best in your future efforts, and I'm keeping an eye on you because it's really
Thank you very much. Thanks.
What about over here in the striped shirt? Who has that microphone?
Take a seat.
Oh, I'm sorry, right there.
First of all, Scott, I want to let you know that somebody's going to let you know. I'm the insane person who spent over $1,400 for the sling for Murphy Brown. Well, it's not my intention. It just got a little crazy here.
Feeding frenzy.
Feeding frenzy. I wanted to know, I know you said you haven't had a chance to read, but what kind of genre of books do you like to read when you can?
When I can read, I read all kinds of different books. I like a trashy, airplane novel as well as, I used to read Stephen King, devour him. And he devoured many people he wrote about. But I really read all kinds of things. I just don't I don't have that time. But I'm not like, I only read one kind of thing. I like nonfiction stuff. I like to read about his career and fiction.
Oh, I just found out that there were 4 more quantum novels coming out.
Yeah, we feel bad.
And 4 more slings.
They're coming up on...
Okay, you have a question here? Do you have a mic?
No,
You
we
have
got
a-
the mic back.
Okay.
I guess we have a little Al who wants to come up and say hi. This
Little
is
Al.
one of the winners of our masquerade contest last night.
Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Are you Al? Hi, how are you? Good to see you. Are you Al? Yeah, she's got Al on her hat. Isn't that cute? Oh, man, that's so cute, huh? Much better, yeah. She was adorable. Hey, get off my lawyer.
This is from the episode where Al gets leaped into a small child. Never changes his identity.
That's what you're watching.
1, 2, 3.
Many Als. Where's that microphone? There it is. It's moving in.
Take a seat.
Hi. We really miss Sam and Al, but I've grown to love Peter Hunt. Are we going to see a lot more of him?
Peter.
I don't know. I don't think so. To be honest, they wanted me to kind of join the show, and that was never my intention to do. They've conveniently and nicely left the door open for me, kind of for all eternity, kind of. But one more for the season. Who knows? One more for the road, right? I don't know. But I had a great time working there, and they were very nice to me, and you all have been very nice to them too, if you'll look at their numbers. So. stopped telling them that all year. So, but so I thank you all for tuning into that, and it's nice to be followed around from network to network. Thanks.
Take a seat.
Okay, here we go, one over here, guys.
Okay.
This is the nice lady from England that gave me my lineage thing. She gave me the from the Stockwell lineage in England.
I say, are you English,
I
old
was
boy?
many kings and princes and dukes.
I've never known an Englishman to smoke a cigar so much. Usually it's pipage.
I'm really sorry, Scott, I couldn't get one for you, but your name doesn't have an English origin.
Bakula well. I'll ring to that. Bakula well.
Look at Transylvania.
Watch out. I got Tom Cruise working for me now. I was busy. I had to take
Very
that.
short questions, one for you, one for you. Very short questions. We heard about the pies in the face at the end of Seabride. I was watching stand-up, and that last scene of stand-up, right, when you've got all the stuff on your face and you've got the pie, I watched your expression. And I know we went blue screen straight afterwards, but I was just wondering, did you actually shove it in his face?
No way. He was always the pie-ee, not the pie-er.
Anyway, little one for you, please. I would like to say how impressed I am with the fact that depending on what character you're portraying, you alter your height.
You did say height, didn't you?
Is that at my expense?
Is Carolyn leaving?
No, she's not leaving.
No, seriously.
You're not leaving, are you?
When you're playing a younger brother or a child,
Yes.
I noticed that in nuclear family, the knees bend, the head
Yes.
over.
Did you notice that I was, well, I won't say.
Stop.
Yes? Yes, go on.
You don't have to answer this, but you may, if you like. What is your true height?
My true height is 6 feet.
Thank you. I could get you a scroll. May I give you something else?
Yes?
Handshake.
Sure.
I'm so sorry.
Some things never change.
Hours in his trailer working on that microphone cord choreography and his putting. Not again.
Oops, and
Yes. No, right behind you. He's got the mic right behind you, so get him.
Scott, I understand you're doing the voice in an animated feature.
Yes, I am.
Cats can't dance.
Cats don't dance.
Don't dance.
Didn't they tell you?
When are you going to be doing the voice, and are they going to draw the cat with a little white streak to look like?
I've actually started doing the voice already. It's a 3-year process, and they're about a year and 2 months into it. And I just recorded my first song with Randy Newman wrote the music, and we did that on Friday. So 18 months from now, there'll be a movie. So it started though, and I don't know about the white streak. I don't think so. The cat's from the Midwest though. That's the only similarity.
All they'd have to do is just draw it in every frame on the cat's the same as you putting it on every morning.
Do you want to start talking about hair?
Don't tell them about my scar.
See, I just let that hang there. He does it to himself. Gee, you're not going to get any questions about that, are you, Dean? Thank you. What scar?
I have a question for Dean, because I'm a Dean Stockwell fan first and a Quantum Leap fan second.
Where's that leave him?
You're in trouble now.
And I wonder what your reaction is, because a lot of us really watch Rapture and Sons and Lovers and Boy with Green Hair and Kim a lot. What's your reaction to the fact that we, shall we say, ladies, drool over this gentleman?
You animal.
Animals! I'm very pleased. This is great. I'm very pleased.
I hear about these things, I just can't quite believe them.
You know, I thought it was an earthquake the first time you guys went across here. We tried so hard to get Dean to take his shirt off year after year for you ladies. We tried so hard to get Dean to take his shirt off.
He told me today he would take his shirt off.
Did you, Charles? Oh, go ahead. Charles Johnson's going to take his shirt off for us, folks. This is great. Don't you, Scott? Is he done? Did he put it back on? Okay, fine. Here we go. Any more questions? Yes. There's one.
Oh, he wants to know if you whack his hand like a Dean.
He's got a hand link.
He's got a hand link.
Yeah, he knows how to use it.
Oh, yes.
Look at that.
He knows how to use it.
Did you notice that the one time I got to use that hand link, he got much better at it after that? Look at that.
Oh, man, that's a cool hand link.
Oh, that's a great one.
Where'd you get this?
Did that cost $2,000?
Your dad made it?
Because if it didn't, he got robbed.
His dad made it. That's very neat. Yeah. You like that? You play with it? Oh, that's cool. Oh, it talks even.
That's the gummy
That's
bear.
really brilliant. That's great. Well, have a good time. His dad made it.
That is really good.
Yeah.
You could have done really well with this.
Yeah.
This is excellent.
There's a little thing that I could fit my dialogue on there. So I don't have to memorize. Do you laugh?
It would have saved us a lot of money on the show. We may still be on the air had we had that. Those hand links were expensive.
And he had a picture of you on his shirt there. Did you see it, Dean? With the big ears and Mickey Mouse thing?
What scar?
What scar? Back to the scar. No, we can't talk about that. No, whatever you, don't ask about the
An emotional scar. An emotional scar. No, that's even more. I'm really going to wonder now. It's buried under a little psychological scar.
There's a microphone. Don't be bashful, because we just run on, because you've seen us do that on TV for 4 years.
It's been wonderful. I actually have two questions, if I may. Deborah, why is it in the last episode the image of Al's picture leaked instead of Sam?
Please, Obi-Wan, explain to us.
I will give my favorite response to all the questions that I receive about the last episode of Quantum Leap. I didn't write it.
Yes.
So I cannot answer that question. There was a lot of metaphysical and emotional, probably say Don Belisario, $30,000, $40,000 worth of therapy in that show. Big money.
But who's
A lot of
counting?
stuff. I'm releasing that show. It's a hard show for him to release, so catharsis that came through, but that question has to be for him.
That was Dean's favorite episode because I was in a cage the whole time.
And there was a pretty nurse.
Caroline's done author. She wasn't a nurse. Listen, he should know better. He doesn't pay attention to anybody except
All I care is
there's a
it's
pause, he starts talking. Doctor, nurse.
So did you like wearing those diapers? Jean-Pierre designed those.
You know what I remember about those diapers? I remember getting rollerblades from the cast
That even affected my...
and crew. And he's always messing with me. And skating around, it was really, really hot. We were in a warehouse by the airport. It was just like boiling in that place. And skating around in my diapers and my new rollerblades at lunch. So it was nice to be, I was the only cool person there. And it was dirty. Sunburn? No, we were inside. Inside.
That was one of the most ridiculous things I've ever seen. Him in a diaper skating around a rollerblades. In the heat.
Till 4:30, we have to be out of this.
Nobody took a picture of that? Nobody took a picture of that?
Oh yeah, they're pictures.
There's time for battery.
They're in my little vault with the scar pictures.
I have two questions. One for Dean Stockwell. I want to know, how do you respond to the remake of My Secret Garden, or The Secret Garden?
No, I need one.
Secret Garden? I didn't see it. Did I see it? No, I wanted to take the kids, and for some reason we didn't go see it. I want to see it. It looked very beautiful. It looked very different.
And it's very close to the original.
Huh?
It's very close to the original. I think
It is, huh?
Yeah. And also, I'm not sure if this will be too emotional for you guys to talk about, but I was wondering, I'm sure emotions were very high on the tape in the last episode. I'm wondering if you'd like to talk about
Ask a question, then I need to ask you close.
Mr. Sincerity. Mr. Real.
Well, the fat lady sang, and it was over.
Now, I gotta tell you, it was so charismatic to be on the set the last few days. There was so much love that had been set up, and it generated from them at the center on that set, in the sense that everybody stayed on the stage as much as they could and at all times because they wanted to be part of all those last moments. And I was lucky enough to be there when Scott did that scene with Bruce. What's Bruce's last name? McGill.
He was a nurse too.
Do you remember Bruce from the opening pilot?
Who do you think you're talking to here?
I forgot.
These are our people.
And the scene between the two of them, when it ended, there was just a pause. That was something that you'll always remember if you're there and part of it. Scott's performance and that cute face and tears and everything else got everybody else in the room with cute faces and tears. And it was very moving, and it made you feel very proud to be part of that show from the beginning all the way through to the end. We were lucky.
It was a wonderful performance.
I'll be back.
I have to say that with a Schwarzenegger accent. I'll be back.
I just wanted to.
He needs to go.
Well, first of all, I just wanted Dean to know that I am a nurse.
Where's the nurse?
Over here.
Where's the nurse? Okay.
And we were also wondering if you two would come over here because you keep going over there. And
All the way through to the end. We were lucky.
It was a wonderful performance.
I'll be back.
I have to say that with a Schwarzenegger accent. I'll be back.
I just wanted to.
He needs to go.
well, first of all, I just wanted Dean to know that I am a nurse.
Where's the nurse?
Over here.
Where's the nurse? Okay.
And we were also wondering if you two would come over here because you keep going over there. And
Sure, we'll come over there.
You'll never get away from it, will you, Scott?
What's in this purse?
Girl stuff.
All right, now we're over here, so ask us a good question.
Mike, yes, this is a good question, I think. Especially with your Midwestern upbringing, Donna is a very controversial figure, and I'm kind of wondering how you felt about, as Sam Beckett, being married to one woman, sleeping with other women, and having a child by another woman.
Pretty darn lucky, really. You only got laid once in 4.5 years. And I had the purse. No, I had a lot of trepidation about when Don introduced that character. It wouldn't have been my choice to do it that way. I didn't agree with that, but you know, the great thing, I gotta say, the great thing about Don and Deborah and really our writers in general, but specifically those two, is that they didn't do things the straight-ahead way, the normal way, and that's what made the series so special. That's what made it so interesting, episode after episode. And yes, the normal thing to do, and I would have made this choice had I been the executive producer. I would not have had me married. But you know what? We probably wouldn't be talking about it right now either. I'm always for things that generate conversation and discussion, and I know that has.
It definitely did.
Certainly.
Thank you.
Good question.
So now we have the, he was there one night, he slept with his wife, so there's a son, there's future.
Yes, if only NBC had thought of that. We could be,
too slow.
we could be traveling, me and a little kid in a little backpack, right? And Dean could do the voice. Show us a little of that baby voice you used on the set.
Son of Sam.
Not funny.
No.
Yes? Where's the microphone? There.
Hi, me. Hi, Scott. Hi, Dean. I think you're both just wonderful, and I just want to say, Scott, I think it's just my dream is to meet you in person. And now I feel lucky just to sit here and talk to you. And I think you're just the most wonderful person in the world, and you've just inspired me in so many ways. I also have my friend Desiree here who would like to come up and shake Dean's hand. It's also her dream to meet Dean, and if that would be possible.
Your hand. You don't usually get these requests.
I'm very flattered. Thank you. Right in the hole. We call that an ace. That's great. Thank you.
Some difficult times, and I want to thank you both very much.
Thank you.
I just want to say just also about that character and me and everything, that a lot of that is a great character that they wrote for me. And, they don't write that many kind of leading men on television that way anymore. So, I've said this for all these years, and I'll say it for many more, that I was lucky to get to play him. Next question. Yes?
Somebody needs to give the microphone to Charles, because I have a question for him. We know you worked on the Rockford Files and some other productions also, but we want to find out, what are you doing now?
I actually mentioned that earlier and you weren't around. But you know what I'll do, Joyce? After it's over, I'll give you a private briefing. Does everybody else heard? But I have one thing to say, because no. Honestly, I have one thing to say. You guys have such great taste, because I got only to spend a year with these people, and I have worked on the Rockford Files and Magnum P.I. and a lot of shows. And Scott and Dean were pretty special, and their years have to have been very No. Honestly, I have one thing to say. You guys have such great taste, because I got only to spend a year with these people, and I have worked on the Rockford Files and Magnum P.I. and a lot of shows. And Scott and Dean were pretty special, and their ears have to have been burning all year, because I talk about them all the time, because they were so wonderful to work with. And of course, my friend Deborah. So I'm glad to be here today, and just to tell you that I share your good taste.
One of the reasons why we survived our last year, and it was a battle of survival, was because of Charles, and a lot of people understand what went on the last year of our show, but the cutbacks and the things that went on, and the relationship with the people giving us the money and everything, and he was the glue that really kept the show running the whole last year, mixing the creative and mixing the money of it, and we hadn't really had that working very well for us before, and that's one of the reasons why I was also sad to leave, because he was a great addition for us and a great find.
It was just.
And we were like just getting kind of in a new groove with him and kind of really looking forward to. He made it easy for us the last year in what should have been probably our hardest year. So he was really, and you guys don't really know that, but he is and was for us an extraordinary man, and I'm glad he's here today too.
Microphone. Breather.
It's that new slasher film.
No, my daughter watches Quantum Leap with me every day, and she just loves Al, and she would really like to come up and give Al a kiss on the cheek if she could.
Oh, I would love that. You gotta hold her nice here, though. This is a little tricky thing.
Watch out for the golf balls dropping.
We don't want to get too lucky
You knew what kind of an effect Somewhere in the Night and QLCD has had on all the women, probably all the women in this room have the Somewhere in the Night CD playing sometime in the evening. And I've heard that it's been distributed to over 250 radio stations. We've been writing, trying to get airplay for it, and we really love it. And I wanted to know if you've heard any feedback. What do you think about it? What do you?
No, I have heard some feedback. It's the record world is a totally different world to me, and keeping track of it, what it's up to, and who's playing it and everything, that's a whole other career in a sense, you know. And but I'm real happy with how it came out, and you know that song is an interesting song because I wrote it specifically for an episode, for a character, for a time period, never dreaming that I would then, you know, it would end up, you know, in memoriam forever on this CD. So
I knew it would be.
You knew it. You know everything, though, Deborah. Deborah knew everything. She knew this was going to happen. 5 years ago, she will happen. All right. All right. So you have the answers to this.
Well, how's the record doing?
Which album?
There's Mark, too.
Which album are we talking about?
Which album do we have?
Is it you made a Quantum Leap album? Or,
We did a single version of Somewhere in the Night.
Yeah,
and about 3 weeks ago, I distributed it 250 stations nationwide to AC stations. We've had one official ad. It's called, the station is WCOD. It's in Hyannis, Massachusetts. And the woman, and it was a woman who added it. Her name was Autumn Quinn. And well, I'm trying to work with your station in St. Louis called KYKY. And the problem is, they see it as Quantum Leap. And I'm trying to make them understand it is not only Quantum Leap, but it is a music worthy of AC stations. And yeah, you know.
I mean, that's the hardest thing, and what a lot of people don't understand about the music world is, and there have been a lot of people on television that have tried to have music careers and successful things happen.
Right, they see a lot.
And you're not perceived as a, you know, for instance, I couldn't get on the Tonight Show to sing because I'm not perceived as a singer.
Right.
And they didn't want me on there as a singer. It just, and that's all part of like re-educating the way people think.
Right, I understand because I'm a theater major myself, so I tell them, excuse me, you know, it's not just an acting thing. I said, you know, most people are trained in the stage. They have to be a triple threat. They have to sing, dance, and act. And a lot of them understand it, and if you guys keep calling, that does help. No matter, they'll tell you it does not help. They'll say we have our own lineup that we have to put on. That's bull. You know, just say, hey, I know it's out there, and if you want to drop by our table in there, I do have the list of the stations I have sent out, and if your list or your station, your area is not on there, just let me know, and I'll gladly send them a copy. No problem. So we are working it. Hopefully I can bring in another promotions guy, because he's guaranteed me 15 ads a day, and if we can do that, I don't see why this can't chop and go into Billboard.
Right.
And that's what I'd like to see.
Thank you.
Mark Banning is here too.
Marky? He wants to say.
Hi, everybody. I'd just like to say here also to Scott and Dean, you know, really how well
the album has been received by everybody around here, and I'm sure there's not one person in here that would say that you guys did a bad job at all. Am I right? You guys want another one? Scott, Dean, Deborah, my office next week.
He did the ABCs though. What can he do next though? He could do numbers. He could do numbers. He could count. Count Stockwell.
Inchworm.
Change his lineage. Yes. Ladies Night.
Hi guys.
Where's the icon? Oh, she's There's enough material there. Hi guys.
That's the top 10 right there.
Hi guys. First I want to say Dean, hello.
Yes.
You are teaching my children how to spell with the alphabet song.
Scary. Very scary thought.
And Scott,
Cigar, they good.
Scott, I want to know, was it harder to direct yourself or was it harder to direct Dean?
I didn't direct either of us. That's the truth. You know, he's undirectable. Not that you can't direct him, but he's undirectable. No, that was the great advantage for me doing that, was that the two regulars on the show had basically been kind of doing their own thing, you know. I mean, we'd love nothing more than to have them set a camera up and let us do the scene. So that was the easiest part of the directing thing. So, and he doesn't pay attention to anything I say anyway. Whether I have a...
What'd he say?
This is really a question for your wife.
Whose wife?
Your wife.
Mine? Dean
Yes,
or Deborah's?
Well. I didn't drag. Now, what did your wife feel about all these middle-aged women lusting after your body?
Are you talking to me or Dean?
Both of you.
He's talking to you.
Either.
And Charles.
How does my wife feel about it? Well, she can answer that better than I could, but
Is she here?
she's a pretty good sport. Pardon? She make fun of me.
Leaves that to me.
What did you say? She lusts after you? Is that what you said?
I hope so.
No, she's great. She's been great about it. It's not easy. It wasn't easy. It's not easy for me when she works or has worked with other people, other men. So it's that's part of what we do. Yeah.
Thank you.
Where's the microphone? Go.
What's your favorite episode
Oh.
that you made?
Mine?
Yeah.
Gee, today?
Today.
All right, Jimmy. Right? Jimmy meets the evil leaper. This is it, huh? This is what it's come down to between you and me. Did you send me flowers today? Did I get flowers? Come here, you.
we've got Pratt. You can go this way. We've got about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, to take a few more questions.
Hi, I have a question and actually a comment first. I want to congratulate you on the absolutely wonderful job you and Robert Loggia did on Mercy Mission. It is the most beautifully crafted and acted films, TV films, or any kind that I've ever seen. But I want to ask you, how difficult was it to basically do a one-man show, and how did they integrate the two parts so well, like you were literally speaking to each other?
That was the kind of the attraction of the whole project to me. I mean, it was a great script and everything, but the idea of doing, the last 5 days on the picture, I just sat in that plane for about 12 hours every day, and just by myself, and the director, Robert Benedetti, who wrote it, would talk to me, because Bobby Loggia had to go, and he was shooting something else. So I didn't even, I had the one scene with him at the end of the movie. That's the only time I ever really worked with him, per se. And that to me is what, the great beauties of this business and what we can do is we can create things really from nothing. I mean, that was a combination of studio work and rear projections and models and all kinds of great craft, which we don't have that much anymore of. And it all kind of came together and worked great. So that was kind of a lucky thing. And Loggia and I knew each other, so that helped, I think. Glad you liked it.
What's this little girl want to ask? You got a question?
Are you going to do autographing?
Are we going to do? I don't think we're going to do autographing today.
We don't have time. We get a few more questions, and then I think the Pasadena Civic Auditorium.
If we could have been here yesterday, which was impossible, that would have been the time. Sorry. Huh?
Okay, next question, over here.
First of all, this is for Scott. I love you. I think you are absolutely gorgeous. How Lynn Taylor from Vermont. I was wearing an audio recording. Can you say hi to her for me?
Her name's Lynn. Hi, Lynn. Hello, Vermont. Get yourselves out of that snow.
Scott, Dean, I want to say that I love you very much. But for Dean, I want to say that I think you are absolutely gorgeous. Get a kiss from you or something, please? Always.
I will be chivalrous and kiss you.
Got a mic over here on the left.
I guess I get to ask the question. Deborah, I'm over here. It's Rich.
Hi, Rich.
First of all, for those who don't know, Deborah was just elected to the board of directors of the Writers Guild.
Now we can get some nominations.
My question is, I know that's a tremendous time obligation. What do you think you can, what is it you want to do by getting elected and pursuing that?
I think my involvement came when they approached me and asked me if I wanted to run for the board. I said, why? Because I didn't feel that I was represented by the Writers Guild. I felt that I was a producer/writer, and a lot of the things that were being fought for by writers I had just because of my status as a producer/writer. But then they said to me, well, a lot of people in your same situation are not represented by the board. And I said, that's true. And as I got involved and I learned what issues were at stake, violence on TV, how the writers are perceived around the world. I mean, there are a lot of global issues that we're facing right now. There's big issues where they have what's called team writing that's gotten very out of hand. And I felt as a writer, the writers were being, as they had been in the 40s, pushed back off the front of the line. And I don't think you can have anything until you have a story. And so I felt very responsible and very proud of being a writer, and I feel that the work that the Guild is doing is to put writers in the place and in the power place that they should have in this industry and in the world.
they flip that USA channel thing and see a show that she's written. Go like, that's Deborah's show. I do all channel thing and see a show that she's written. Go like, that's Deborah's show. I do all
Married to the mob. Oh, I have a mini Dean story. I took my daughter Troy, who's now 8. She was about 6 years old, and I told her that Dean had been acting for a long, long time, and we got a screening. This was before I guess it was out of The Boy with Green Hair, and I played it for her. And at the end of it, she looked at me and she said, "That's Dean?" And I said, "Yeah, wasn't he wonderful?" And she goes, "But what happened?"
Oh, here, he's had his hand up for half an hour.
No, Christopher.
Deborah says it was typecasting.
We didn't have to hire a goat. He did it all by himself.
Weird. We had a pretty good time doing that one. I think the only part that was weird was the sequence toward the end when things were spinning. That's the only time, I think that's the only time we did that, wasn't it? Yeah. And we had a turn to...
That's the only time you did it.
I did.
They were right. I got to spin as the chimp. I got to spin a dig. I got to spin, spin, spin. I got to hang upside down. I got to spin, spin, spin.
It really was cute.
Okay, last question, here.
Cheryl was shaking.
But did she travel a long way too?
See, I don't know if any of you noticed to that question on the boogeyman of Dean's hair, he had little horns. Yeah. I thought that was so clever. That was Dean. Devious man that he is. All right, we have just some quick thank yous.
That's my quick question.
Is that a question that's...
I think that we're close to the last question, but Joyce has something here. What is this, Joyce?
I'll go without a mic. Now, Dean, Scott, Charles, you all have a place very near the heavens.
Okay, I'll go ahead and use a mic. I thought you guys would be sick and tired of it. These three gentlemen have a place of their own in the sky, but I think we need a lady up there to maintain this. Deborah, on behalf of the Quantum League, Quantum Con 94 staff, we like to give you a star up in the heavens named after you. That means you three can't act off anymore. And
These are my favorite flowers. This is where this came from. If you ever want to Thank you.
You have it. Thank you all for coming, and God bless you. It was wonderful.
Thank you. Walk over this way.
Thank you very much, guys. We thank all the convention people for putting it on.
Thank you. There he goes, his little bear. Your little bear boy.
We thank you all. We'll see you next year.
Rhoda got the kiss?
We never got the kiss.
That's as close as we could get with a video print.
I didn't get a chance to say it, but thanks for some wonderful, wonderful scripts. Keep that, and you really reach the hearts of people. I wish there were more like you writing television, because some of it is such a garbage out there. And I basically quit watching since 48 went off the air. And something else. So many people have discovered it. NBC had just kept it on here in one time slot, they would have found it. It's the best shows that's come along.
Well,
their
these
mistake.
are good writers.
Yeah, they're lost.
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye. Thank you. Bye.
And Scott.
Scott? Have you asked Dean any questions at all, or has he just been talking nonstop?
Scott.
Scott? Yes. Yes.
We've been asked to ask how easy it was for you to get here today, and how good are your directions, and what took you.
All directions.